Ever was a rich man. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a nice day. Even Van SCIVER. This is a video about him. And I'm kind of half hoping he'll watch this on his stream and discuss me, because I like how he doesn't pronounce the name Craig correctly. He can't roll his R's for love or money. But he does try. We both share a beard. We're probably, I think he's a bit younger than me, so he should listen to his elders, especially because I'm about to tell him stuff he doesn't want to hear. And we'll get into that. But if you don't know who Ethan Van SCIVER is, he is this chap right there. There he is. Him. That's him. Now, he doesn't always wear the hat. Only when he's sweeping chimneys, he wears the hat. And he has to say, he doesn't skive. I haven't said, this isn't take 4. I haven't said anything about him being a skiver. That's not happened. But SCIVER, of course, is somebody who dodges work. And that's something that we can't accuse Ethan Van SCIVER of, because he's such a hardworking man. Now, Ethan Van SCIVER is I'd say the founder. He would start playing around with the whole meta around it and saying, oh, no, it's not me, it's not about me, blah, blah, blah. But he pretty much is the guy who keeps the comicsgate thing going. #comicsgate. And if you don't know what comicsgate is, pretty much a bunch of professionals who were involved in the comic book industry, Marvel, DC, I don't know much about this myself, all back in 2015, 2016, quite rightfully felt free to express their political persuasion, and as a result got sacked. It was kind of shocking when you think about it, but if you remember, back in 2016 was Trump's first election to becoming president of the United States. And anyone back then who was pro-Trump was regarded with scorn. You were the devil, and you were treated you were basically dismissed from society. And then what organizations tended to do was, because the power of cancel culture was so strong on social media, by then it was a very left-wing led Twitter, and everyone was getting their accounts cancelled. People were getting fired from their jobs because activists on Twitter were very successfully making people look very, very bad. So Ethan was one of those people. And I've always had a massive sympathy for anything like that. Gina Carano, I think, made some silly tweets. I don't agree with them. But that's just, I don't agree with you. Imagine being her boss and going, I saw your tweets. What are you talking about? You're full. What an idiot. That's not true. And she'd go, yeah, they are. But we'd have a little discussion about it. Then we'd go and have a cup of coffee. This is what bosses should do with people who have opinions that you don't agree with. You don't sack them like Disney did. Not just that. And then publish on social media that they are pretty much unemployable. Which is, how can anyone take her on after what Disney said? There's going to be such a massive backlash. I mean, you said backlash from the social justice warriors on social media. So she was out of work forever. And then, of course, their savior, Ben Shapiro, came along, who has no idea how to make films, and made her a film. Surprise, surprise. Geeks and Gamers, Nedrotic, and the gang, all, rallied up the troops. Get excited, everybody. Gina Carano's making a film with Ben Shapiro. And she made a film. It was called Little House on the Prairie. I know it wasn't. Shut up. And the Little House on the Prairie was a film by Ben Shapiro starring Gina Carano. It seemed to be mainly filmed in a hut on a prairie. Don't know it, not seen it, don't know if it's good, don't know if it's not good. But what I do know is, when it came out, we'd all been told to support and love it, but when it came out, there were no reviews by these guys about her film. They all just went quiet. Oh, yeah, let's not talk about Gina Carano's film. We love Gina Carano, though. And it's not surprising, because what's Ben Shapiro know about making movies? These are just people with money carrying out their hobbies. Doing things like what Eric July does. Eric July, if you don't know who he is a guy who he basically just doing what everyone else does, commenting on, you know, things that are popping up on Twitter and articles and stuff on social media. And then one day decided he was going to set up his own comic book, which he did, called ISOM, ISOM. Terrible title. He said it had some deep meaning for him. Don't care. It's a terrible title. Don't make it about you. ISOM's a terrible title. ISOM's a terrible title. ISOM's a terrible title. That's what people need to keep telling themselves. Yeah, but it's about my family. It's about something to do with my family. Don't care. Terrible idea. Stop making it about you. Anyway, so he brought out this terrible comic, and I say it's terrible. I've never read it. But there's been enough of it online for me to see bits of it. So maybe all the terrible bits I've seen, but all the bits that I haven't seen are really good, probably. But all the bits I have seen are terrible. He made a video. I can only describe it as a terrible video. It's a terrible video where he had some bloke falling off a building, smashing into a car. Like, this was a live-action trailer for his comic book, Elira, which was another terrible idea that he had. Gaira, as they call it. And I just remember watching this live trailer and thinking, okay, let's see what these guys are such fantastic critics of Marvel and DC and all the movies that they're making, such fantastic critics. Let's see what happens when they get a camera and some actors and a bit of a budget. And it was Ethan Van Sciver played my video about that. I'll put a link somewhere for it. Played my video breakdown of that. He played it in its entirety on his show, and I was pleased. I was pleased. He's also mentioned, and he liked it. I've also tweeted something since, and he didn't like that, right? And what I'm about to say, he's not going to like either. But I'm very happy if he's willing to discuss what I've got to say. And it's not helping by the fact that for the last 7 minutes I've been rambling on. So shall I get to the point? Is that what you want? Well, I think before I do that, I'm Nedrotic, so I've got a clap button. Before I get to that, we should. This is Ethan here. Look, so we need to look right for the job. Need to get into the mindset of Ethan, and I find this is the only way really to do it. Maybe we need some musical accompaniment. I go cleaning windows, eating all the time. I'm thinking about windows. It's an interesting job. I don't think it's quite the right hat. It's more Mary Poppins than anything. Ding! Mary Poppins. Disney are fantastic. This is Ethan Van Sciver, comicsgate. Hounded by the comics industry for being massive Trump fan. I love watching Ethan's content and the stuff he does because I think he's a great talker. I love how he organizes thoughts in his head. I think he's very funny. I like the dry comedy. I disagree profoundly with a lot of the stuff he thinks about the world. And some of it, I don't even know if I believe he does actually really think it. But he has recently been, today, on Twitter, complaining about complaining about the fact that the people have been cancelling or reporting YouTube channels that have just got full clips without any transformative value. They argue that, if you change the title of the clip, it's transformative. And then people started citing Sargon of Akkad's court case. The Sargon won that court case because it was thrown out. And then what he actually won was he did a counter claim for money. And that's how he got the money for it, $38,000 or something like that. So, if you want to solve problems with issues with YouTube, then follow the process that Carl went down and take them to court. But in the meanwhile, everyone's entitled to, if they believe they're right in what they're doing, to challenge you on your use of clips. That's my perspective on it. Coming from a sort of broadcast point of view where I've had to clear loads and loads of footage for broadcast. I used to work at the BBC. I agree with you. Before you get upset and go, oh, here we go, BBC guy. I was born and bred and trained there, and I don't have a TV license. I've not done for 4 years. I'm massively critical of the BBC. I'm massively critical of everything and everyone. I'm really obnoxious. I don't like me. Ethan Van Sciver, who doesn't skive, let's see what he says about Katie Did's channel. This is Katie Did's channel here. You can see it's just Eric July clips. Eric July with his terrible comic that I haven't read. Eric and Ethan used to be friends. Now Eric is basically producing product, as he calls it. He calls art product. And seemingly doing quite well with it. I don't know. I don't know anything about the money side of it. But he's doing that. But he's also kind of like wanting people... He doesn't want to go down the crowdfunding route. So he's appeared quite critical of it, which, of course, is what all the comicsgate guys do. So that rift appeared. And there might be other reasons for it. But these two don't like each other now. Although a lot of the fans of Ethan Ralph's channel, I'm going to call Ethan Van Sciver Ethan Ralph every now and then. A lot of the fans have been sort of led down a garden path of following him and, you know, having it pointed out to them why this is why Eric's so bad. And a lot of the arguments are very convincing. Some aren't. But Ethan said something the other day which made me think, what? He mentioned that he could be Eric's friend again one day, and he would like that. And I just thought, man, these parasocial guys, all these followers who are just like headstrong hatred for Eric July now are just one day going to have it completely upturned. And he'll do it just by a simple paragraph. He'll say, listen, I know we've, but, you know, I can just see him doing it in 10 minutes. In a 10-minute stream, he'll turn everybody around to like, come and like Eric with me again. That stream is coming one day. But anyway, I am waffling, I know, but that's how I roll. I don't care. So Katie does these clips of Eric July, and they're just clean. If I just click on one.
Dev ass says hell.
You see, it's that, and then she puts a title on it. Although, okay, so bear that in mind, because that title being there is relevant. The key thing about it is people say, well, she's changed the context because she's given it a different title. This clip doesn't have a title. The whole show had a title. The clip didn't have a title. So she's not renamed the whole show. She's just renamed this clip, right? Let's see what Ethan's got to say.
Hey, go love. I will. Lord Timon's Comics says F Palestinians. What is this? Why am I hearing this shit tonight, Matt Fun and Games? Is this a parody account?
Are we going to go through these?
Can't tell these days. What the fuck is up with the clip drama on X with Vicky and Yellow Flash? Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this right away, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing going on right now where Katie Did, who is a clip, she runs a clip channel that I use, and she mostly clips Yellow Flash. She mostly clips Eric July.
She does. I just told you that.
Who was it? Which one of these guys? Was it? No, Matt Barr. Matt Barr came in.
Don't know who Matt Barr is. I don't think he likes Matt Barr.
And took.
I'm going to keep pausing it just because I think to be transformative, it has to be more than me just sitting here listening to what he's got to say. If you want to do that, there's people on Twitch, and there'll be streamers in tight leggings or with their boobs out or whatever, and they'll just sit there and play an entire film all the way through and have themselves in a little window in the corner, saying next to nothing most of the time, and they're just playing films on Twitch. It's great.
One of her clips down. Now I've spoken to.
Sorry, I talked over it. He's just said that one of the Katie Did's clips was taken down. I don't know about that.
Clip channel people. There are a few of them. Clip Sama. You know, you've got Alyssa Clips. You've got Katie Did. Katie did has come to me before, and she wanted to clip like an hour of my content. Maybe it was like 40 minutes. It was something that was way too long. It was like, the majority of my live stream
I've not got any cocaine
that she wants to represent without, added context or commentary or anything. That's what clip channels do. And I said, you can have all of it. You can have all 40 minutes, but break it down to 10-minute videos.
Oh, you did say that.
That's all. Just break it down.
Right. Let's just talk about that, right? So what Ethan's just said there is that she can have all 40 minutes, but she needs to break it down to 10. I don't know if he says here why, because I remember the stream where he said that. I'm not quite sure if he's going to say why he wants Katie did to only break his clips down to about 10 minutes long. Let's see if he does explain it.
4 videos, 10 minutes each, and then you can have it. But the idea of just like sort of adopting or, taking all this content, just throwing it on your channel with no commentary. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. But Katie asked me, and there's somebody else, and Katie's friendly. That's me.
Sorry. I mean, this is classic Ethan. I'm not crazy about that. What are you exactly about that? You're really softballing it, how you feel about her taking all of your content and putting it up on the internet. Why is it not okay for her to take all of it? I wonder if you'll explain.
Talking to somebody who's on my side. But yeah, Katie's friendly. Alyssa Clips is not friendly. She doesn't like me. I think her...
I don't know Alyssa Clips. So this seems to be boiling down to whether you like him or not. So it's like the standard, it all depends. What should be the law depends on, do they like me? It's like, Your Honor, there's this lad here we dragged into court. He's been smashing windows in the high street. Does he like me? He does like you, Your Honor. Oh, I'll let him go.
Her audience doesn't like me. They sit there and go, ooh, that Ethan Van Sciver's insufferable. Look at it. We hear from Ethan quite a lot about, how Eric July is not good at taking criticism, but this is, I can't find anybody who agrees with stuff I say. Everyone says, oh, he's a massive leftist. And then I tweet something about how I can't stand leftists. And everyone goes, oh shit, I'm going to unfollow him anyway. I can't, I need to find my little niche of people who just are like-minded, which is that don't suffer bullshit from anybody from the right or the left. It doesn't matter. That's not important. That's just politics. That's just a small part of who these people are. If politics is a large part of who you are, you're what's called an activist, probably. And nobody should be talking to activists because they're not for having their minds changed. They're not going to be particularly unaggressive. They're not going to be particularly friendly. They're activists. Any minute you could be having like a meal with them in a restaurant and they'll flip. That's what activists do. So you want to be like hanging out with the moderates, and I'm kind of there. And I think I'm what you call a centrist, which is probably, I know a lot of people would be like, oh, that's the worst type of person. I think I am the worst type of person. Sorry to interrupt you, Ethan. It is fake laughter. My laughter's always real. It's always real. When I'm laughing at Eric July or any of the stuff I'm seeing,
that's not true.
Mostly, I'd be Buster Keaton if something wasn't actually making me laugh.
A lot of it is. I don't
really care about laughing for the sake of entertaining you. It's some of this stuff really does.
I very rarely laugh.
But they say all this stuff. They don't like me. But the point is that Alyssa Clips takes my stuff. She takes Nick Rekieta's stuff. She takes I don't know who else's stuff. Probably like Mersh, and she kind of clips it down and just puts it up there, and there's no added context, there's no commentary. But clip channels, but I'm not going to do anything about it, even though like she's clipping things here that in some cases I might be like, oh, they're out of context. If you look at what I'm saying, you don't know what I mean. It doesn't fucking matter. She's allowed to come in here, from my opinion, YouTube rules that I understand. She's allowed to clip small segments of the show and represent them. And clip channels, what they do is they just make it so that other people can do commentary more easily. Somebody like Alyssa.
What they do is just so that other people can make commentary more easily, is what he just said. What he's talking about there is if there are clip channels that are supplying clean clips of things. People like Ethan only has to go to that class. All the hard work's been done for Ethan Van Sciver. he's managed to get away with not doing that work. Now, I don't know about you, but I think like doing YouTube requires a little bit of time. I try and set myself up so that I can spend as little time on the making of things as I possibly can, because I want to make it and get it out as quick as possible. But I don't, and if somebody's going to do a clips channel, I'll use their clips that they're putting up there. But I don't think for a second they should be there. I don't think you should get away with that, because especially if you're monetizing it, I think that's the key. I don't know if these channels are monetized, but if you are monetizing other people's work, even if it's just a 10-minute bit, and you're not doing anything to it at all, even if you're just giving it a title, which isn't the title of the full stream. So stream can be 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours long, and it'll have a title. A clip can be 10 minutes long. And they argue, well, they've changed the title so it says transformative. No, it's not. That clip didn't have a title before. You've clipped it. And you've taken 5 clips out of it. So what was the title of the 5 clips before you took them? They didn't have any. There was no title for that clip. The clip. So I get a bit mad about this because, well, it's just because nobody else is talking about it that much. And there seems to be a massive misunderstanding about it. You can't, in copyright, if somebody owns something, somebody else can't just take it and monetize it. I couldn't take Cyberfrog and take a couple of pages out of it, or maybe just a page out of one, and then put it into a picture frame and sell it and call it Cyberdog. Could I? But then what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of text on the bottom explaining how doing some blurb about something called Cyberdog, and none of it would make any sense. It would all be stupid. And I sold that. Say I sold it for 5,000 of His Majesty's pounds. Imagine I sold that. Now, would Ethan be all right with that? I don't think so. But
has to sit through 5 hours of my idiocy in order to find 10 minutes that might be commentary worth. Most of it's just crap, most of it's just me muttering and singing along to Starship songs, doing dumb shit. So to find 10 minutes that might be provocative or that might piss her audience off and might make people hate me more, or people who like me, to find 10 minutes that might be like, yeah, that's fucking awesome, go Ethan. That's work. Like, you actually do have to sit through these live streams, in my opinion, and just kind of, find something that's valuable, right? But there's a new attitude going on, I think, right now, spearheaded by Yellow Flash.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
spearheaded by somebody like Vicky Verse. Spearheaded by Matt Barr, who really was the first one. Matt Barr came in and he just fucking took down one of Katie Did's videos. Katie Did took a long clip, granted, of him talking, doing something, I don't even know what it was, and provided it on her channel for people like me to comment on, should I ever want to talk about Matt Barr again.
Wasn't it for Katie to do that?
And Matt Barr struck her. He copyright struck her. Now, you're allowed to
hold on a second. Keep going.
Do that. You're allowed to.
Sorry. He's saying you're allowed to do that on YouTube. This channel that Ethan has, Comics Artist Pro, whatever it is, he clicked an agreement. And in that agreement, it talks about copyright. So I would need to see from him which part of the agreement that he made with YouTube is he in the belief that it's okay to break? Because YouTube, it needs to be agreed with YouTube that it's okay to break it. Or they're entitled to say, well, you've broken our agreement, mate. You were all right with it when you started using our platform for your selling your comics and whatnot, and which we're cool and totally happy and pleased to have you. But now you're breaking the agreement, right? And it's just the thing. Everyone who's got a YouTube channel makes an agreement with YouTube and then proceeds. Obviously, none of us read it, right? None of us read it. But we're told. Bits of it are flagged to us all the time. People make videos about copyright. And everyone all the time breaks it and then cries about it afterwards. I broke my agreement with YouTube, and it's not right that I was copyright struck. Even though I broke the agreement, it's not right. They're wrong. It's so stupid. Of course you can't use other people's stuff. And I just listen to Ethan flounder around trying to convince us. I listened to this in the car this morning, and I was like, oh my God, that's stupid. Anyway, let's have a listen.
To do that, you're allowed to copyright strike. I could go in if I wanted to. If I was butt mad enough to do this, I could go in there and I could copyright strike all of Alyssa Clip's video clips of me and bring her channel down. I could do it in 10 minutes, her whole channel. So could Ethan Ralph, you know, so could any of the other people who are...
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? She set up a YouTube channel, which is completely nothing but 10-minute clips. It used to be longer, but Ethan didn't. For some reason, Ethan didn't want 40 minutes of his streams on her channel because he wants people to go and view the stuff over on his channel. He wants the views. He doesn't want them people viewing stuff at Katie Did's channel. Why not? Why can't they all sit there? Why can't she put your whole stream down there? She's prettier than you. So for me, it's just ridiculous argument to cry about. I mean, I think this must be something to do with whoever this Matt Barr guy is, and just and this is the thing about Ethan. I don't trust when he does stuff like this. When he flags stuff which is just so ludicrously, obviously wrong about copyright, especially as a publisher, he's like saying, no, breaking copyright's okay in this instance. You know, even though he says, but, you know, you're not supposed to, but, you know, I think he actually uses the phrase, it's like a gentleman's agreement or something like that, which is bullshit. That's just like, no, it's not. Where is it? Who said that? When? It is not an agreement between YouTubers that, because you don't have the power, YouTube does. If YouTube finds out that you're a copyright strike, you're not supposed to do it. And I will copyright strike anybody who takes my material like this. But if you do it transformatively, like give me big ears, big nose. I ain't got a big nose, what are you on about? My ears are small. If you transform it somewhere, I don't really care. But my YouTube channel's tiny, so it would I'd do nothing but benefit from it probably. But if it was having an impact on me, negative impact on me, then yeah, I'll do something about it. If it's designed to just bitch about me, I don't want to be bitched about. I'll do something about it. Stop using my stuff to get all your horrible crowd to dogpile me on social media. Of course, you would do something about that. God, I'm whinging.
You know, who are being clipped by her for the sake of mockery, ridicule, whatever it is. We could take her whole channel down like this, but there's something called honor. I mean, still.
Oh, here we go.
You know, as much as I am skeptical, there isn't
something called honor, right? If this is like there's honor in business. I wouldn't say there was. Dog eat dog world. There's no honor in taking somebody's content and making them look like an absolute idiot and then using that content against them. Where's the honor in that? It's like, if you're going to do something that's, regardless of who it is, I don't know. I mean, and most of the time I won't really care, right? But I understand. Well, my point is, I understand when takedowns happen and why they happen, and I agree that that is allowed. That should be allowed to happen. I wouldn't do it because I know that, you know, all the work I've put into making that stream or whatever is at risk of being taken down. It's not about honor. What are you talking about? Where's this? What? Where is this honor? It's the first time anyone's ever heard about this thing called honor to do with you mustn't ever flag somebody's YouTube channel ever for any reason whatsoever because of honor. Are we living in medieval times? Do we also like put our coats across the puddles for the ladies? Honor. It's so stupid. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist.
It's cool about YouTube and
Let's have a
how I
listen to this
feel about
argument.
what YouTubers do, and this clout chasing bullshit. There's still something that I believe in, and
clout
it's
chasing is a
still
thing.
the First Amendment. It's related to the.
In a way, that this video here I'm making is clout chasing. I have a huge problem with deciding what to make videos about, because I kind of tried a little bit to do what the Nerdrotics and all them lot did, find an article, bloody just read it to you, and then add a bit of commentary on the top. And I just like find I'm talking about stuff I'm not interested in. I don't care. I should be doing reviews of films and stuff, but I watch old films. If I do a review, like I watched, what's it, the geese? There's something geese, flying geese. And it was an old film, war film, and it was absolutely awful. And I don't think anyone is interested in watching me review that or do a watch along with it. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma about what to do. And I think I agree with Ethan in that, you have to find, you can only do videos about things you're interested in. Copyright and stuff like that, I'm actually interested in this as a topic. I'm interested in Ethan and views that he's got. I find this honor thing very interesting. It's bullshit, I think. That's just my opinion, right? Don't get upset. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's just an opinion. I've got to keep my voice down. It's getting late.
But there's something about there's honor. I'm gonna use YouTube to say what I want to say, and I'm not gonna react. I'm not gonna hurt you, even though I could. If you want to take a little clip from this show and you want to represent it, or if you want to comment on my show.
Now we're talking about little clips. So the clips are like 10 minutes is a little clip, is it? 20 minutes? What's a little clip? Already we're getting into what's this honor agreement? What are the parameters of your honor agreement? How long of your stuff? He's already said to Katie did, don't you clip more than 10 minutes of my stuff now. That honor agreement, in the agreement, it says no more than 10 minutes. It's like, you're just making the rules up, and goalposts are shifting all the time. So the honor agreement is no more than 10 minutes. Okay. And now he's talking about little clips. Well, that's not 10 minutes, is it? That's a big clip, I think. So the honor agreement's now little clips are okay.
I could still copyright strike anybody who used my content at all. I could.
I know, and you should.
But we don't do that because there's like a unspoken agreement, I think, amongst YouTubers.
No,
honor.
Hold on. He hates YouTubers, by the way. He's told us many times he can't. Ethan doesn't like YouTubers, right? But now he's saying there's an unspoken agreement, an honor system between us. A lot of the reason this was regarded as the wrong thing to do is because this is what the social justice warriors were doing in order to get people cancelled. So people on the right don't really want to be seen to be like those folk on the left. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's a theory, but it seems that way, doesn't it? I honestly, again, I don't see the reason. If somebody has taken something you've done and they've added something else to it, like just this here, me being down in this little circle down here, talking about Ethan's wonderful life and opinions, which I treasure. This is transformative. I've paused the video. I'm talking about it. I'm doing all sorts. I'm jumping to this camera. I'm jumping to that camera. I'm jumping on that camera. I'm doing all sorts of things to make this video as transformative as possible while making it about something Ethan's done. What I'm not doing is just taking this clip that I'm sharing with you and uploading it again and saying, even if it's just 10 minutes, and what I do, he's 3 hours long, so I do 9 10-minute clips or whatever 3 hours is. No, that would be okay if I did that, though, according to.
And by the way, anybody can do that. You can sit there and say, fuck your copyright strike, sue me.
Yep.
So that's the thing.
By the way, people bring up Carl Benjamin. The sue me thing is what he did. That's due process. Good, go for it.
But
take them to court.
Vickyverse here is treading on dangerous ground. I think Matt Barr, who he has a head wound. I think he does because people are.
I don't know why he keeps going on about this guy called Matt Barr.
And I think at this point he does because he actually like copyright struck.
He's getting off the point.
Katie Did's channel
right
for a clip of his, and then he took it down real quick, which is not a good sign. It means that whatever you said is something that you actually regret. You're embarrassed of.
It doesn't mean that. She might just be his enemy. Yeah, and it's possible that the only reason she's uploaded it is for that reason as well, right? And you're all about context, right? Clips aren't really in context quite often. Listen, I've got no problem with people having clip channels. I really don't. But it's, good luck to you. Good luck to you. All that hard work, good luck. You're breaking the agreement, you are, and it's really, really walking on eggshells doing a clip channel. I don't know about Alyssa Clips. I've heard of her. I know nothing about it. I'd have to look at it, see if she does anything like transformative, but I bet she's been copyright struck to death, hasn't she? I don't know.
You copyright strike somebody who clipped
Maybe getting
you,
permission
and then
is
you
the thing.
take down the original thing. It kind of suggests that you got
this is irrelevant.
And you're ashamed, right?
That's irrelevant, right? What he's saying now is nothing to do with copyright striking. It doesn't matter what the clip's about. It's who owns it. It's about ownership. It doesn't matter what the content of the clip is.
Let me have a drink. I poured a little wine tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him there because he's pretty much made all the points he's going to make, and this video is now 37 minutes long. Me just talking about a short segment from Ethan Van Sciver. But if you don't know me and you're not aware of my channel, well, now you are. I make videos and just get a massive tower of whinge bags in the comment section. So if you've got nice things to say, by all means, leave a comment. This is my space. So I'll make it a place I want to be in. But by all means, get the conversation going. What do you think about copyright? I'd be interested if somebody looked into the Carl Benjamin thing in a bit more detail to find out what the details of that were. I'm pretty sure that the case got thrown out or dismissed. It wasn't concluded properly. And because of that, Carl did a counter suing for damages for the cost of him having to defend himself. I also think that she was seen in court as just being somebody who was out to get him. Maybe the courts don't really care about YouTube clips, YouTube videos. That's for YouTube to sort out. I don't know. But, if taking it to court is what has to happen, as Carl Benjamin's demonstrated, then that's what has to happen. If you care that much about the shit that we're making, this stuff, this crap that we're putting out there, let me know your thoughts down below. I always appreciate the thoughts and opinions of everybody. My name's Craig. This is Flooded. And you are welcome here to talk about media, entertainment, films, television, pop culture, comicsgate. Everything and anything is here for you. So tune in, switch on, subscribe, follow, like, do what you want. I'll catch you later. Bye.